BIGVU lets me do what I'm doing easily and get it out there. That's the bottom line. My name is Nina Manolson. I am a body peace coach. And what that means is I help women who are struggling in their relationship with food and body feel at home. I offer small pieces of insight, advice, tips, ways to start what I call walking on the body peace path. Because the diet culture is a $72 billion industry that's coming at us fast and furious, telling us that there's something wrong with our own body. So I'm usually talking, I'm usually teaching. I try desperately to keep them under 3 minutes. I'm working towards keeping them to 1 minute, but these are complex issues that I sometimes have a hard time synthesizing down to a minute. I started doing videos way back, and I would get a videographer and I would try to memorize my scripts, and I would have pages all over the place. I set up my own ridiculous teleprompters. I had apps when there was like no BIGVU, there was nothing. I was like totally jerry-rigging the whole thing and trying to make it so that I didn't have to memorize, so that I could actually be more connected to my content and to my audience and not trying to remember what it was. Yep. And what I also found was when I decided, okay, forget it, forget all the scripts. I'm just gonna talk off the cuff. I'm too long. I'm too long for video. Because by the time because I like going deep. I like really exploring our deep relationship and motivation and why we want to feel like I like this sort. I have a background as a therapist. This is juicy for me, but I will go on too long. And so I was like, okay, forget the going off the cuff, back to scripts. And then I found BIGVU and I was like, great. So I can have a script, but it's right there on my phone, and I can just relax, think about what I want to say, make it concise, and then video it. Once I was able to upgrade to my video, then I was able to get BIGVU on my computer. Then I could just sit there, write what I want to write, and go for it. I've always been a little bit of a techie. So when I was an undergraduate, long time ago, I studied film and television. I studied film and television when I went to NYU. You either had to be in the film department or in the TV department. I was like, no, I want to do both. They were like, no, that doesn't exist. I was like, no, they have to both exist. They're gonna be the same thing soon. And they were like, no. And I was like, I'm doing both. By the time, 2 years later, they were like, you have to do both film and TV. So I was already in there fiddling, but I was always behind the camera. So then my career evolved in many ways. So when it started to be that people had film technology on their cameras, I was like, great. And I got it immediately. Because I'd been behind the camera so long, it felt easy for me to be in front of the camera. And I also knew what good video looked like, which is important because there's so much bad video. We can think it's fine, no big deal. But I had literally been trained into this is what a professional video looks like. So I'm always looking for that, right? If my audio's bad, my camera's off, like something, I'm like, no. And I'm willing to fiddle. What works for me about BIGVU is, first of all, that I have it on 2 platforms. If I just have my phone, I'm like, you know what, I gotta make something happen. Great. I'm just gonna write it in there in a note, throw it into BIGVU. There's my script, and I can do vertical or I can do horizontal, and I'm good to go. I'm ready to go there. And I've also figured out how to put an external mic into my phone, so my camera can be over there and my mic can be over here, and I can still see my prompter. Like, that works. I also love having it because I like sitting at my desk. I like my office. I love having it right here on my computer, and I can just be like, oh, this is an idea I have for a video. I'll open BIGVU, I'll start a script, and then I will leave it alone. And I'm like, oh, right, I had that idea. What did I write? And then I can finish it, and record. It feels easy to me. It also feels like the flip side, once it's recorded, is easy in terms of choices. Do I want it to be teleprompted all the way, captioned all the way through? Do I want it to just have a title? And we've experimented, my team and I have experimented. What converts on social media? Is it captions? Is it just a title? Is it going back and forth to pique interest, right? What works? It's also like that there's some visual choices, right? In terms of what's my brand style, right? Pretty simple, right? So I like a nice clean line. I like my name. I like people to know who I am. So there's options all the way through, and then it's an easy upload. I'm not like, okay, let me get it here, then transfer it here, then move it here. It's all there. BIGVU lets me do what I'm doing easily and get it out there. That's the bottom line.